The ancient Egyptians were one of the greatest civilizations in history. In architectonic, astronomical and medical terms, the ancient Egyptians were a few steps ahead of the world at that time. Many diseases are known from the medical papyrus texts that affect the entire body. Ancient Egypt was ruled centrally by an Egyptian king, called Pharaoh. He saw himself as the son of the sun god Ra. The people worshipped him as a representative of the gods, and thus holder of an office legitimized by the gods. As ruler, he was the only owner of goods, land, people, animals, mineral resources and booty from military campaigns. The structures in graves have survived for thousands of years, and has still not been fully discovered. In this video I present you 4 exciting facts about ancient Egypt. Let's go. Fact 1. The beer. Researchers assume that beer was invented in Egypt 5,000 years ago. Some years ago, a clay jar was found with 5,000-year-old yeast cells. The beer in ancient Egypt was naturally cloudy and was not always filtered. A dough was formed from water and barley. The dough was baked into flatbread and soaked with water. Then the mixture was left to be heard for a few days. Evidence of bread baking has been found in hieroglyphs. Pyramid workers and soldiers in ancient Egypt were partly paid with beer. Fact 2. The mummy. The ancient Egyptians believed in the afterlife. Therefore, the body should be durable through the mummification and live on in the beyond. The internal organs and brain were removed. The body was wrapped several times with resin-soaked linen. The mummy was partially wrapped with several layers of linen. In the individual layers, jewelry made of precious stones or gold was placed. The inside of the mummy was filled with a mixture of resin, beeswax and pitch. Important internal organs, such as the heart, were kept separately in decorated stone vessels. The sarcophagus was partly made of gold by high officials and the pharaoh himself. Animals were mummified as sacrificial gifts from the deceased. A large number of animals were used, such as cats, crocodiles, dogs, falcons, scarabs, shrews and snakes. Fact 3. The gold. According to the ancient Egyptians, the main god Ra was made of gold. According to their belief, the deceased could continue to live in the afterlife with the help of gold. By the first pharaoh Menes, in the year 3000 BC, to Roman times in 60 AD, researchers believe that in ancient Egypt 32,000 tons of gold were mined. There would be more gold than any of the world's central banks currently have in stock. Researchers now assume that around 70% of the estimated gold of ancient Egypt is still there and is undiscovered. One of the most famous pharaohs was Tutankhamun. The sarcophag by Tutankhamun contains 100 kilograms of gold. Tutankhamun's mass contains about 10 kilograms of gold. Fact 4. The papyrus. The papyrus was made in 2800 BC and invented in ancient Egypt. The origin can be proven today. The Greeks probably knew the substance since the 6th century BC. The outer shell was first peeled off from the harvested plants. The pulp was cut or peeled into thin strips. These were soaked several times, placed in a water bath, and then patted flat. 2 layers of these strips overlapping each other in a crisscross manner are pressed into a solid sheet. The sheet was held together by the adhesive force of the fibers. The sheet was then dried and polished. Then you can paint or write on the papyrus. The largest library in antiquity was in Alexandria, Egypt. Unfortunately, there is nothing left of this library today. That's it for today's 4 exciting facts about ancient Egypt. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please subscribe and give a thumbs up. See you soon, your channel history best.